Go ahead and like that video and subscribe to the channel. It's completely free.
At a most reasonable price. Free.
Before we get into this, I want to talk about the 5 stages of grief. And not really all of them, just one in particular. But the first one is denial. The last one is acceptance. And if you're wondering why the Kendrick Lamar and Drake topic has continued to survive and be the top topic in hip-hop for nearly a year now, I believe it was May 6th when the Heart Part 6 came out, it's because of Drake and his fans' inability to accept the fact that he lost. And acceptance is the last one. See, Drake fans spent a lot of time in denial, and when they haven't been in denial, they've been in the anger phase. They occasionally move on to bargaining. That is expressed by them obsessing over this lawsuit. It's almost like, okay, well, how about this? We'll say he lost if y'all let us win this lawsuit. And they go and they share all their little fake memes and all their fake tweets around that they are all lying about, and all this fake evidence of botting and cheating that they pretend that they have. They share it all around. They all get super happy until eventually that lands them back in denial again before they're angry again. This time it worked a little bit different because that's what they were doing a couple days ago. Come March 13th, and before that, they've been all over the internet for a few days going on and on and on about how Drake can't possibly lose this lawsuit, that this lawsuit definitely will not go to trial, but how Drake definitely can't lose this lawsuit and stuff, and they're all feeling so good. They're all sharing around all their favorite fake tweets, and then it gets announced that Kendrick is going to be on Playboi Carti's album. This is another topic that I actually want to get into eventually, but I'm not doing it here, is the fact that Drake fans are obsessed with Kendrick Lamar. They can't talk about anything without referencing Kendrick. But I think this time around, what we're seeing from Drake fans, it is really insane. It's not. It's just standard Drake fan nonsense. They say all kinds of things. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the grievances that your average Drake fan has been going through recently. Kendrick's the biggest hypocrite ever. How are you going to call Drake a deadbeat, then go collab with an actual deadbeat? And I want to get in. I do agree with Drake fans on this. I do think it's very weird what Kendrick's doing here. And I do think that maybe pissing off Drake fans might be a bit of the motivation and why he's doing it, but I don't know that for sure. And I do think it's weird. I agree with Drake fans on this. I just think it's funny how mad they are because it's the anger phase, and it's just so consistently Drake fans get so addicted to anger because they don't actually even care about hypocrisy. Like, think about it. They wanted No Face to have Playboi Carti on it, even though Drake's top angle in the beef was, in fact, domestic abuse against Kendrick. That was the main thing he was going to try to use to kill Kendrick's career, I guess. And Playboi Carti was arrested for allegedly choking his pregnant girlfriend. But then he wants to make songs with Playboi Carti, and it's just rumored that he was even going to be on the Playboi Carti album and got cut at the last minute in favor of putting Kendrick on it. So they don't really care about hypocrisy. Drake's entire career has been hypocrisy. They just want to be angry because angry is making them happy. And now you see, or in this particular scenario with Drake fans, the process of the grief is going in reverse order as they went from denial to anger to denial to anger, and then they ended up on bargaining like they have been ever since this lawsuit. That's their version of bargaining, and they went backwards to anger at the announcement of this Kendrick feature, and then the anger has now made them happy, and now they are back into denial, but we'll get there eventually. You guys have to stop acting like Kendrick "I killed a nigga at 16" Lamar was pretending like he was ever the moral police. It's disingenuous. I like Kendrick's music, liar, but there's no denying he's a huge hypocrite and a performative activist. Like, no one's even, like, they always got to find a way to start talking about someone being a fake activist. Like, that is a talking point they just won't let go. Every accusation is an admission. They know that Free the Slaves line was stupid, and they have to find a way to make it not stupid. But he's a performative activist. I promise you that it's okay to admit it. I have bravado. I have confidence. I am saying this with so much confidence. Can't you hear it? And I sound like I have bravado, and I'm in a good mood, and I swear I'm happy. What? Oh my God. Like, you can feel the anger. Like, ain't nobody saying this with a smile on their face. In the beef, Kendrick has positioned himself as the moral superior. This makes him the hypocrite. If I call someone out for cheating on their wife, then it comes out that I've been cheating on my wife, on my own wife, the whole time, then I'm even worse for being a hypocrite. Hold on. Like, okay, like English might not be someone's first language, because this is stupid. Like, okay, let me try to understand it. Because, well, hold on. Let's take the analogy that he's using, because he's saying that what Kendrick is doing by making an album with Playboi Carti is the same as me calling you out for cheating on your wife while I'm cheating on my own wife.
Hypocrite.
He goes on to say that I'm even worse for being a hypocrite, which just it's just bad English. It's childish. It's a very childish way to word anything.
I'm even worse for being a hypocrite.
But the analogy he's trying to make here, no, that's actually not correct. That's not the same. The same would be if I called you out for cheating on your wife, then I went and hanged out for a day with somebody else who was cheating on their wife. That would be similar. I don't think that would be some kind of thing that is horrible. You ever think maybe Kendrick doesn't like Drake not only just because... You ever think maybe Kendrick draws his line at, fucking 16-year-olds?
Hypocrite.
Maybe that's like, maybe he draws his line at child loving.
Hypocrite.
Or maybe Kendrick just don't like Drake. Had you ever considered that? Kendrick is the biggest hypocrite in the music industry.
Hypocrite.
How do you play moral police then collaborate with a rapist and a disgusting deadbeat father?
Hypocrite.
Is being a deadbeat father bad now? Or... I'm not even about to go into all that. Again, I do agree that Drake fans... I don't agree Drake fans should be mad. I don't think Drake fans should give this energy, but this was my entire Twitter on March 13th. It was really... I was having a lot of fun. If Carti replaced Kendrick with Drake, the album would be 10 out of 10. What? I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone, though, because this is starting to get long. Okay, but before I go, there is one last thing I want to talk about. It's this girl right here, and this is Portia. I can't ever seem to find her whenever I'm looking for her on the internet, but she's like my favorite, like, pro-Drake copium type of channel, because she is more of an opportunist and less of a true believer. She knows that there is an audience and there is a demand for Drake cope on the internet, and she uses that to her advantage, and she makes content off of it. And she also rage baits a lot of Kendrick fans and makes a lot of Kendrick fans look like fools, because for whatever reason Kendrick fans think I need to prove to Portia on TikTok that I'm not a bot. Like, you're not a bot. That's all that really matters. I'm not going to get digressed into that too far. I just want to use this woman as an example because she's usually a very, like, calm-tempered, mild-mannered, confident, and cool, witty, smart channel that just spreads pro-Drake propaganda. Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. I took this off the Marcus at Work YouTube channel because I couldn't actually find the video myself, but I saw it on Twitter the other day, but I couldn't find it.
Buddy, friend, good old pal, let me get this straight. You claim that Drake is a bad father, yet you go and do a song with the Muhammad Ali of all bad fathers. Wow. You accuse Drake of running to Atlanta whenever he needed a check balance, yet you've now run to Atlanta 2 times. 2 times in a year, 2 times. Kendrick, you, sir, have a Pulitzer Prize in hypocrisy. You are one top-tier hypocrite. This is some elite manipulation you're doing here, Kendrick. And your fans, they're all like, yeah, he's got a song with Playboi Carti. Oh, it's going to be the best thing. And here I am, excited to use your own words against ya.
So yeah, in case you never have watched any of her content, what you probably don't know based off that video is that she's usually not an erratic, insane lunatic who sounds like she just got out of a insane asylum to hurry up and make a quick YouTube video. But that's what she sounds like right there. And this is an effect that's, for whatever reason, this feature has had on Drake fans. Like, they are mad as they were when they heard Euphoria right now. And I can only think of one thing. Well, I can think of a lot of things, but one thing that it keeps going through my mind is, why, with not only are you so mad about this, but you are so quick to point out the hypocrisy. Like, why are you pointing out Drake's evil but not Playboi Carti's evil? And this kind of reads like, how come you killed Drake but not Playboi Carti? How come you're being nice to him but mean to us? This is a loser's mentality, is the point that I'm getting at here. This isn't what you'd be saying if you really felt confident about where you stand, about where Drake stands, and they know that this beef has had a negative effect on Drake. And instead of just admitting that out loud, they go and they masquerade their outrage behind this idea that Kendrick is the one who's actually bad because he has a song with Playboi Carti. That's going to do it for here. If you did enjoy this, I would implore you to like the video for me, but for you, for your sake, I would actually suggest that you stick around, subscribe and stick around, because if you liked this, this is a really long recording. Like, I had to chop this down to about 15 or less minutes because I just wanted to focus only on the anger surrounding this Playboi Carti feature and not on everything else that I was talking about, because these people's minds be everywhere. Like, the trenches of Drake Twitter is crazy, and I didn't even get into like nothing on our Drizzy. I didn't even get into really any of the videos of the Drake fans who are mad about this feature for multiple different reasons. Not just because of the hypocrisy, but because they don't like it. So just stick around, man. I got about almost 2 hours worth of stuff recorded on just this one topic, and I still got more to talk about because every single day there's something new with these people.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Hypocrite. Hypocrite.
And I guess that's where I get confused. So is his pen just so basic and trash and mid and regular, or do I need a dictionary in order to understand what the fuck he's talking about?